when we're looking to accomplish something new, to move out into uncharted territory, it is always sensible to listen to experts, whatever experts means. One of the things that I feel that many self-help or many entrepreneur experts or thought leaders, whatever you want to call them, one of the things I feel that many of them miss is what I want to talk about in this video. Let me just explain the basic concept to you. One of the most common tricks to get you to read an article or click on a YouTube video is to make a list type video. 5 habits of all entrepreneurs, or 10 things all rich people do, or stuff like that. You know exactly what I mean. I know you've seen it. And I'm not saying I don't click on those videos. I do. It is so compelling. It's really quite ingenious way to get people to click. And I'm not even ruling out that I'll do a video like that at some point. But I will say this though. If you get a list with 10 things that you have to mimic or whatever, and we can talk about that in another video, whether you should even do that in the first place. But if you have this list with 10 things and you go through all of them, chances are, well, first of all, you're not really gonna have any big realizations about any specific one of them. You're pretty much just gonna forget about all those pieces of advice. Maybe there's one that sticks with you, but chances are you're not really gonna learn a whole lot from them. Let me just elaborate on what I mean by this. If you really want to take some knowledge, sorry, couldn't help myself, but if you really want to take a specific piece of knowledge and implement it in your life, you need to go through a 2-stage process. Number 1, you need to have an intellectual realization. You need to understand what it is. Number 2, you have to have a realization. So epiphany is a very strong word, but I'm actually using it here just to give you an idea of what I really mean by this, the importance of you having a realization. I used to study a lot. I used to read a lot of books. I still read a lot, but not excessive amounts of literature. And the reason is that I like to fully comprehend, I would like to fully realize the importance of a specific piece of advice. I just did another video where I suggested a method where you write down how you spend your time, and this method is supposed to lead to you spending your time more wisely and realizing that your priorities are wrong. This whole concept, this whole idea is based on the fact that that your priorities are wrong, that you need a realization that you haven't had yet. Now, I could have easily included that piece of advice on a 10 things to do if you want to be a millionaire type list, but had I done so, it would simply be lost among all the other ones. So I really think that's a very stupid way of trying to educate yourself. I'm not saying, of course, you can use these list type videos to collect inspiration, then you can look into one of those things, or maybe 1 or 2 of those things, and then you can dig deeper down into them and try to squeeze out the wisdom that's hidden in there once you actually have some sort of realization on the basis of this piece of knowledge that's being shared with you. Back in 2008, I actually started working on a system, and I've been improving on it ever since. And the system it's basically a system that is designed to make people have realizations that would normally take years, if not decades, to have. The idea is basically that you take some sort of experience that is common in life, and we replicate that in a micro version of that. And we do it in a specific way to force you to have a realization. And what I mean by realization, I mean, like, for instance, this is a very tangible and simple realization. Most of your life, you've heard people saying that smoking causes cancer. But maybe you're a smoker. If you are, you've probably been in a situation where, you just kept smoking. You didn't really, pay heed to those advice. But once you lie on your deathbed, full of cancer, then you truly realize what they were talking about. I'm not trying to preach to you here. I'm really not a very judgmental person. I truly am not, but I'm just trying to prove a point here. And the point is that there is a sharp difference between understanding something intellectually and understanding it and actually realizing it, truly absorbing the knowledge of whatever it is. So I really want you to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you study to become a successful entrepreneur, and also when you live your life, because this applies to life in general as well. Please subscribe. Press the little bell icon next to the subscribe button. I promise you I will only do videos on this channel that gives you some sort of actual value that you can use in your efforts to become a successful entrepreneur, to break out of the slave-like existence that a normal job is. Thanks for watching. Until next time.